In this video, we're going to be using Cremo Sandalwood shaving cream and the leaf. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your OCDB and thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And today I'm just going to have a shave and just sort of try to enjoy the shave. I just happened to pick this up. It was a long day at work today and I was like, I got to have a shave, especially because I got some fuzz here coming back on the dome and it has to go. So today we're going to use Cremo. This is sandalwood. It says lathering shaving cream. I picked this up on Amazon today. I'm not going to give you all the costs and details. I just want to relax and have a nice shave with my shaving family. So I hope you don't mind. Anyway, Cremo Sandalwood shave cream. It wasn't very expensive on Amazon. I'll link it below. It said it was specifically formulated or specially formulated to lather with a brush. I'm going to say that was a little so-so for the lathering process, but we'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, this does smell nice. One of the things about it though, it is very soft and goopy. It is a cream, so we're not gonna knock it too much on that, but very soft. In fact, a lot of it was on the top and that's where I scooped it from. I used about 2 times as much as I normally would with an artisanal shaving soap. So hopefully we'll get a good shave today with it. We shall see. It's not very expensive. It does smell good. Scent strength right at medium. It says sandalwood, but it's kind of bright. It's a brighter sandalwood, and honestly, I don't mind. I think it's pretty good overall, and I like the scent for sure. We'll see if it's slick enough for a dome shave. We'll see. The leaf today, you know all about the leaf. I've talked about it so much over the years. I have a brand new Astra SP blade on the bottom, and I have a Treat Black Beauty that I snapped in half and used in the top 2 slots because I had one shave on it, and I figured let's just use these blades up because they were laying out. I'm like, let's just use them. So I have some mix and matching of blades there, and I'm going to wet the dome here with our mister, and this is, you can find this on Amazon. Again, I'll link it below. And today I'm going to use what remains of my cube because I might need a little lather help today because I did use quite a bit of product, but it did not develop a lot of volume. The lather that's there looks very nice. It's got a nice sheen on it and all that stuff, but it did not develop a lot of volume. So the cube will certainly help with that situation a little bit. As you know, they did raise the price on the cube. So, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be buying a lot of cubes at the price, but for situations like this, I think it'll be helpful to get some additional volume and slickness there. Not that the Cremo isn't slick, because the Cremo that I've used in the past is always slick, so I've never really had a problem with Cremo in terms of slickness. Let's draw off our hands before we get out our West Coast shaving brush here. And I think a lot of the cream is actually in the brush itself because there's not much volume there. So it just kind of was absorbed into my brush, I think. But, you know, let's work it in a little bit. Now, keep in mind, the cube is going to add to it a little bit probably, but doesn't look bad when combined with the cube. I'm not saying you need the cube because I'm sure this is plenty slick enough without the cube, but I figure, you know, I'm using the leaf for a dome shave. I need some slickness and I need to make sure I have some volume there just to make sure we're not going to hit any spots that aren't slick and maybe that aren't coated and, you know, have something slip or something like that. You don't want that, especially when you're using a multi-blade razor. All right, and as you know, with these head shaves, I often shoot them in advance. So whatever today is, by the time you see this, maybe a couple of weeks may have passed or may not. I mean, I may, sometimes I shoot these and I mean to air them at a later time and I air them ahead of schedule. Like I try not to stack too many videos in the same day, but sometimes I inadvertently drop a head shave when I wasn't planning to. So if it airs soon, then great. If it doesn't, if it's a couple of weeks, just keep in mind some time may have passed. So if it doesn't seem particularly topical, it could be because you're seeing this and a couple of weeks have passed. All right, drying the hands. Let's wet our blades here. Always wet your leaf first. You want to make sure that water is mixing with your shaving soap or cream or whatever you use to create that nice sheen of slickness. And so far, the cream certainly feels slick enough. No problems on that, I don't believe. That felt pretty nice, and it's going to feel real nice to get this fuzz off the dome because I last shaved it on Sunday morning early, and it is like Tuesday evening, and so I was ready for a head shave. Normally, I don't let it go, you know, I'll shave every other day, but it would be earlier in the day. So I'm a little bit beyond what I normally am on the shaves. I've let it grow a little bit longer than, not that it grows very long because you can barely see it, but for me, you know, I was getting right down raggedy there. We don't need that. So I hope if you're here for the first time that you will go check out some of the other content. Please feel free to use the search feature because there are lots and lots of videos, and also on my old channel. Please, folks, go and take advantage of that old content. Between this channel and my old channel, which is ilather.com, I have over 2,000 videos related to shaving, unboxing. It's all pretty much related to shaving. I think I've taken down anything. There might be a couple of fishing videos in there, or maybe where I go on vacation or something, but there's definitely over 2,000 shaving related videos. Oh, that feels so good. It feels so good for that hair to be coming off. And I wonder if Subi will watch this one and he'll be going, 3 blades. He'll be going, that guy's using that razor as designed. Who does that? And if you know Subi, I don't think he's ever going to use a razor the way it was designed. Like even on a double-edged razor where you have you know, the one blade and there's edge on both sides, he takes it in half and only uses one side of it. Like he is definitely the renegade of blades, or renegade of blade. We might make that singular, because he will not and cannot use something as designed. Well, I shouldn't say can, because I'm sure he can, but he likes doing it his own way. And so, you know, I say at the end of my videos all the time, it's your shave, do it your way. It's his shave, he's doing it his way, and that is great. Am I going to do it that way? No, but he really enjoys doing all these unconventional things, and he's wearing out his wife's scissors, clipping all those blades with the scissors. Get you some snips, Subi. Get you some steel snips, like for snipping tin. Don't ruin the wife's scissors. Come on. Anyway, I'm joking and having a good time with Subi there. But anyway, check him out, Subi Shaves, if you please, and you will find that he does not use the lathe with 3 blades in it. And in fact, he'll stack them on top of each other. And he gets really good results and really enjoys his shave. And I like that. It really is, for me, and I've learned this over the years, just important to do it in the way that works best for you. You know, and when I first started and when I first got into traditional shaving, I was very old school about, you have to do it this way because it's the way I learned to do it. But then I realized over time that, hey, if it's working, use some modern gear, do something different. You know, you don't have to do it the way everyone else does it. You can still shave in the traditional style and sort of use some modern stuff, modern fragrances, and we're all better off adding the tradition to the modern gear. And now Subi, back to Subi again. I think of Subi a lot when I do head shaves because, you know, mostly his videos are head shave oriented, or at least a lot of them are. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say there. Totally lost my train of thought, and that is your fault, Subi. So blame Subi. Don't forget the neck, folks. We don't want to have that Wolfman neck. You got a nice clean dome shave, and then you got that, you know, neck, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, folks. Come on. We got to get it tight. Man, it's feeling so much better after that first pass. Oh, when you are a member of the bald and you get a nice head shave, it feels so good afterwards. And let me tell you something else. And a viewer actually shared this with me, and I never thought about it, but he was right. When you have a freshly shaved head and you put your head on that pillow, it feels so nice. You don't have any hair get in the way, making your head warm. Like, you know, I'm telling you, it feels great. I love it. I have never looked back a single day since shaving my head. I think it was 4 years ago. I'm going on 5, I think. I have never looked back. It was the best decision for me because my hair was very much in flight. Go and look at the old iLather channel, look at some of the videos, and you'll see, you'll like, oh, he should have shaved his head a lot early. Now, I did have some folks when I first shaved it go, oh, no, you shouldn't have shaved it. You know, you shouldn't have done that. But, you know, that's often the case when you shave your head. It's a stark change. It takes a while for it to become you. So do it, be confident about it, and understand that it's your choice, your shave, your head. You do it as you please. and then you wear it proudly. And people will eventually get there. And if it's your wife or significant other, you know, just as if, I'm assuming men, now I'm speaking to men, I'm assuming you don't tell your wife how to wear her hair. She shouldn't be telling you how to wear yours either. So don't be afraid to let her know. Because now, on the other hand, if you are one of those men telling your wives how to wear their hair, how to color their hair, first of all, you shouldn't. You shouldn't, in my opinion. But if you are, then you probably can't say anything. But if you don't say anything about how the wife keeps her hair, and you are happy for her to do it in the way that makes her happy, then she should also be happy for you. When you shave that glorious dome, and you start realizing that, hey, I don't know what I was missing. I don't know why I didn't do this long ago. And a lot of times, I hear from guys, I'm only reporting what I hear, but I hear from gents who are afraid to do so because they're afraid of what their wives will say. In other words, they'll say their wives won't let me. And to me, I'm like, okay, but that is not a good answer for me. I had boy, that dissipated. Look at that. Wow. There's no lather on the back of my head there. It just disappeared. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, well, let's reapply. I don't know what happened there. Maybe because I didn't have the cube to prop it up this time. It flat dissipated. Let's try that again. Folks, you got to make adjustments on the fly, you know. Don't let it be. You know, make those adjustments as need be. It still probably would be slick. I mean, I'm sure I could still get away with it, but, you know, make that adjustment if need be. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with stopping and reevaluating and taking care of business. But anyway, what I was saying before, make sure that, you know, if you want to do it, then go for it. And hopefully she will be supportive. And if she's not, then if you're supportive of her, then I would remind her, hey, you know, I don't say anything about the way you keep your hair. I'm supportive, you know. And so please allow me to be me. You know, that's the way I would do it. But at this point in time, you know, for me, it is essential. I really like having a shaved head. It works well for me. I like it in all situations. And I enjoy the process of shaving my head, so it's not negotiable in my house. And so, you know, now that said, that's the sort of relationship that I have with my wife too. I would never tell her what to do with her hair. If she asked my opinion, you know, I would give it. And probably if it's one of those things where, you know, your wife is looking for a compliment and you know it's sort of, you're treading on dangerous territory, you know, I'll go with the nice, you know. But I do tend to be honest, but I don't want to be hurtful. I am too honest sometimes with my wife. So actually I could learn to be a little more complimentary because, you know, my wife will often, or sometimes she asks me about her attire, like what she's wearing, a dress or something. And I'm not a real big dress guy unless it's a formal occasion, but it's just not my thing. But she really likes it. And so I said, hey, you wear what makes you feel good. Don't you worry about me. I am good with whatever you decide. And that's the way I truly feel about it. But if asked, I will give my honest opinion. But sometimes, every now and then, you know, I might err on the side of being kind. And I think that's the way we should always be. But definitely, you know, it is, when you're asked about something like that, it's a tricky situation. Because if you say you don't like it, you might offend, you know. And so it has been my experience that sometimes people don't really want to know when they ask. And they're just looking for you to say, looks great. And so the problem is you can't always figure out when those times are. So you got caught up in a mess. All right. Just touching up a little bit there. The Cremo actually worked. It was plenty slick enough. I didn't have any problems with slickness. It did dissipate there on the back. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. That's something you rarely see, but it's, you know, a new cream to me as far as in this consistency. I would say it didn't make the most glamorous lather by any stretch of the imagination, the way I lather things. You may have heck of a good lather with it, but the way I lather it, it didn't make the most glorious of lather, but it did seem to be plenty slick enough. It hit the spot, and we've had an excellent head shave. Let me rinse, and we'll come back, get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back and off cam. We did a rinse to get all that soap off, and then we applied the Magic made by Witches, Thayer's Cucumber Witch Hazel, which is really nice stuff. I have to say, the lather did dissipate on me a little bit there towards the end, but actually I had a good shave with this. It didn't make the most satisfying lather for me for a first run at it. It dissipated and it lacked some volume, but in terms of slickness, which is really all I need, it provided that. It smells very nice in my opinion. It's not an earthy sandalwood, it's kind of a brighter sandalwood. I actually liked it, and this is one that I'll probably use from time to time when I'm shaving off cam for a head shave, and I'll use it for a face shave at some point too. I actually didn't mind it. I enjoyed using it. We'll work on lathering it a little better next time. First run lathering it, so you can't expect too much, but it did what it needed to do. Smells great, and I think it's pretty affordable, so not bad, I would say. But I will say, if you're looking for one of those super dense traditional lathers that you get from something like A&E Kaizen or Murphy McNeil Kodiak or something like that, you may not get that from this. You may or may not, but for me, it wasn't that way today, but I still enjoyed it, so there you have it. I used the West Coast shaving brush, which I forgot to mention, and that is in our Lancaster Shave Works brush soaking mug, and we used the usual suspect, the leaf. I have really enjoyed the leaf over the years. I've used this so much for head shaves. Some of the coating is probably starting to wear off because I have put a lot of use on this, and today, as normal, it made for a beautiful, beautiful head shave. And let me tell you something, there is nothing better. Those of you who are members of the bald, both ladies and gents know, when you shave that dome, it feels so good. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. We're going to close it out today with Murphy and McNeil Banzai. It smells nothing like sandalwood, but it's kind of the first thing I saw, and I was like, yeah, that looks good. Let's slap that on the dome, and this has a nice citrusy scent. Oh, it feels so good. You slap that aftershave on the dome, that level cue ball dome. Woo-wee. This is good stuff. Thanks, folks. I really appreciate you tolerating my sort of unprepared shave today. I didn't have all the data to bring to you, but I just wanted to have a little fun with my shaving family, and so hopefully we did that, and hope to see you again soon. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.